The man who vanished. Imagine living next door to a man who helped organize one of the greatest crimes in human history, and never suspecting a thing. It is 1959 in a quiet suburb of Buenos Aires. The evening air is warm. Children laugh in the streets. A bus groans to a stop, and a thin man in a grey suit steps down onto the gravel road. His name, at least to his neighbors, is Ricardo Clement. He walks home carrying a briefcase. He kisses his wife. He eats dinner with his sons. He complains about work. Ordinary, forgettable. But 15 years earlier, in the offices of Nazi Germany, this same man sat behind a desk covered in train schedules and deportation lists. His real name was Adolf Eichmann. He was not a battlefield commander. He did not shout speeches from balconies. Instead, he organized the machinery of deportation. He scheduled trains that carried Jewish families from across Europe to ghettos and extermination camps. Paperwork became a weapon. Efficiency became a crime. When the Third Reich collapsed in 1945, chaos swept across Europe. Nazi officers fled, documents burned, identities dissolved overnight. Eichmann was captured briefly by American forces, but using false papers, he escaped from a detention camp. He shaved his mustache. He changed his name. He moved through Austria and Germany like a ghost. Secret escape networks helped former Nazis flee Europe. Eventually, in 1950, Eichmann boarded a ship bound for Argentina. He became Ricardo Clement. For years the world searched, but the trail went cold. And in Buenos Aires, the man who once coordinated genocide blended quietly into suburban life. But history has a long memory. The whisper that sparked a hunt. In a small office in Germany, a prosecutor reads a letter that makes his heart race. The letter suggests Adolf Eichmann is alive and hiding in Argentina. The prosecutor knows something troubling. Some former Nazis still hold influence in post-war Germany. If he reports this information openly, Eichmann might disappear again. So he makes a secret decision. He contacts Israeli intelligence. Israel is barely a decade old. Many of its citizens are Holocaust survivors. The wounds are still raw. Inside Mossad headquarters, intelligence officers examine the tip carefully. They debate the risk. If they are wrong, it will be an embarrassment. If they are right, it will change history. Agents are sent to Argentina. They begin quiet surveillance in the suburbs of Buenos Aires. Long nights inside parked cars. Blurry photographs taken from a distance. Comparisons with old wartime files. The ears match. The face structure matches. The posture matches. Then comes a small but powerful detail. March 21st. The suspect brings flowers home to his wife. March 21st was Adolf Eichmann's wedding anniversary. Silence fills the surveillance car. The ghost from Europe has a face again. But Argentina has not agreed to extradite him. If they ask officially, he could vanish. So the decision is made. They will take him. The capture. May 11th, 1960. The air is cool as a bus rattles to a stop on a dim suburban road. Ricardo Clement steps down. An agent approaches casually. Momentito, señor. Suddenly, hands grab him. He struggles. His glasses fall. Dust fills the air. Within seconds, he is forced into a waiting car. The door slams shut. Inside the vehicle, breathing heavily, he whispers in German. Ich bin Adolf Eichmann. I am Adolf Eichmann. He's taken to a safe house. For 9 days he's guarded and questioned. Surprisingly calm, he signs a document agreeing to stand trial in Israel. But the most dangerous part is still ahead. Argentina does not know he has been taken. If authorities discover the operation, it could cause an international crisis. The agents wait. They prepare a daring plan. An Israeli delegation is scheduled to leave Argentina after national celebrations. They will smuggle Eichmann aboard the plane disguised as an ill crew member. Everything depends on timing. Escape and global shock. Night falls over the Buenos Aires airport. 6th-1. Shadows stretch across the runway. Eichmann, lightly sedated and dressed in an airline uniform, is escorted toward the aircraft. He appears dazed, like a crew member who drank too much. Customs officials glance briefly. One moment of suspicion could end everything. But no alarm sounds. The plane door closes. Engines roar. The aircraft lifts into the night sky. Days later, Israel announces the capture. The world reacts instantly. Argentina protests, accusing Israel of violating its sovereignty. The issue reaches the United Nations. Diplomatic tension rises. But for Holocaust survivors around the world, after 15 years, justice is finally within reach. The trial and legacy. April 1961. In Jerusalem, Adolf Eichmann sits inside the glass booth in a packed courtroom. He wears a suit. Headphones cover his ears. Survivors take the stand. One by one, they describe ghettos, deportation trains, smoke rising from camps. Their voices tremble, but they speak. For many young Israelis, this is the first time they hear these stories in such detail. Eichmann claims he was only following orders, only a transport official. But documents reveal his role in organizing mass deportations with ruthless efficiency. December 1961. The verdict is read. Guilty of crimes against humanity. He is sentenced to death. In 1962, he is executed. His ashes are scattered at sea, beyond any nation's territory. The trial reshapes how the world understands the Holocaust. It proves that time does not erase responsibility, and it leaves behind a haunting truth. Evil does not always look monstrous. Sometimes, it looks ordinary.